I'm going to be ranking every single notable Batman movie, such as The Batman, The Dark Knight, the 1960s Batman TV show starring Adam West, unfortunately, and many, many more. And just a quick warning, there are some hot takes in this video. And by the way guys, back when he was still with us, Bob Kane, the creator of Batman, told me personally that one of his few goals in life was for you to subscribe. But in all seriousness guys, I really hope that Bob Kane is at peace right now, knowing that he created one of the best superheroes in the world. Thank you, Bob. We owe you a big one. Without further ado,
we are tonight's entertainment.
We're starting right off with the newest one, The Batman. And I'm gonna put that right off in good. I think The Batman was good, not great. And I have a couple reasons why. First of all, I think that Zoe Kravitz is a mid-Catwoman. I think there's been better Catwomans. I honestly think Michelle Pfeiffer was probably a better Catwoman than Zoe Kravitz. I think Robert Pattinson's fine. He's nothing special. I didn't like that there's no separation between Batman and Bruce Wayne. Like, they were the same character. Like, in the Dark Knight, Batman is Bruce Wayne's true self, and Bruce Wayne is just a cover so people don't know that he's Batman. In the Batman, they're literally the exact same person, and I don't like that at all. I really think that rings hollow and doesn't make sense. I also think that in the Batman, the Riddler isn't as good as the OG Riddler, who's actually into riddles and stuff. This Riddler is just a serial killer, kind of a Zodiac killer, if you will. It didn't make sense how his whole thing was like, I'm trying to expose Gotham's true self for the corrupt city that it really is. Which is like, okay, that's fair. You're trying to expose the corruption in Gotham and how the people in power are very corrupt, which is fair. That's a legitimate plot point. But then after you've exposed the corruption, you're like, all right, now let's flood the city. And that just doesn't make any sense. It also doesn't make any sense. He has 500 followers on his weird dark web video website, and he somehow convinced him to go commit a shooting. Whereas I have 63,000 followers on TikTok, and I can't convince him to watch my Twitch streams. So, like I've said, I think the Batman was good, not great. Next up, we have the Batman TV show with Adam West, also known as the Mayor Adam West from Family Guy, which I'm gonna instantly put into terrible. But it's kind of like classic terrible, right? It's like nostalgic terrible. Next we have the Batman with the Joker, and I'm gonna put that one probably into okay, because I think it was worse than the Batman. I thought that the Joker was well played as kind of the mob boss that he is, where he's very, very much less so just a psycho, where he's just more just like a crime lord who dresses up in makeup. I'm gonna move the Batman up to great, just because I think there needs to be some separation between these two, because I think this was probably a level worse than the Batman. I still like the Batman. Next we have Batman and Robin, which I'm actually gonna give its own layer, known as why. This is the one with like the bat nipples. You remember that? This is this. Why did you need that on the bat suit? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. I really did not enjoy this movie at all. This movie was pretty garbage. Next up we have Batman Begins, which I'm going to put in front of the Batman. I really enjoyed Batman Begins. The whole Christopher Nolan trilogy is just phenomenal. It's exceptional movies. I think it was a great intro to Batman, the best Batman origin story we've ever had. I think that the plot was really cool. I think that Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul were both really good villains. I will say, I did wish that Scarecrow was more of a main villain than he was, because the way it worked, and actually, which is actually in all the Christopher Nolan trilogy movies, the way it worked was that you had Scarecrow as, like, you think is gonna be the main villain, you think Scarecrow is the guy pulling all the strings, and then it turns out that Ra's al Ghul's doing it. And you have that with something like that with all the Christopher Nolan movies, where you think Joker's the main villain, but then Two-Face comes in. You think that Bane is the main villain. No, it's Talia al Ghul. Christopher Nolan loved having this secret villain come in at the last second and be like the main villain that Batman has to fight. And I thought that wasn't that great in all of them, but I think it worked overall. I think these are all cinematic masterpieces, so I think they're great in that sense. Next we have Batman Forever, which I'm gonna put probably a little bit behind this one, the Joker one with Jack Nicholson. I think Batman Forever was okay. I think that Riddler as Riddler's actually just Jim Carrey IRL. We just don't know it. I think that Jim Carrey as the Riddler was really cool. Some people don't like it, but I thought that it was well done. I thought it kind of fit the Riddler's eccentric personality. I thought that the facial expressions were good. I thought his origin story was good. Two-Face was like fine, kind of forgettable. I don't even remember who played him. He was really forgettable. And he pales in comparison to the Dark Knight's Two-Face. And next we have Batman Returns, I think. Yeah, Batman Returns. I'm going to put this one in bad, just because I thought Catwoman was good. I thought the plot was I thought Batman was good. I hated the Penguin. They had Danny DeVito playing the Penguin, which is just like, you have infinite potential at that point. Infinite potential. But then you make him into this like weird freak who like eats salmon raw and like has penguins walking around and has like black ooze coming out of his mouth and has like his hands like webbed together. Like, Penguin is not supposed to be like a bird enthusiast. He's supposed to be a crime boss. and they really went out of their way to show that he's not in this one, and I didn't like that at all. Next, we have the best Batman movie of all time. You cannot contest me on this, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is simply a phenomenal movie. It's simply phenomenal. The Heath Ledger as the Joker is the best movie villain in all of cinema, and you cannot change my minds on that. Christian Bale is my favorite Batman. I love Christian Bale as Batman. I think the plot was really, really good. It had so many times where it could have taken a turn and gone terribly, but they always steered it back in a great direction. The evolution of Harvey Dent into Two-Face is good. I do wish they'd given a little more thought to his mental health predicament, because that's always a big part of it in every Batman thing, how Harvey Dent has always had the split personality disorder. But I think they did enough on that, which was where it was fine. I thought that the whole like Rachel thing, or the whole Rachel Batman dynamic was good. Michael Caine as Alfred, great. This is literally my favorite movie of all time. I love this movie so much. Next we have Justice League. And controversial opinion, I'm gonna put the Justice League in good. Controversial, putting it above all the old Batman movies, all of them. Analytically, I know it was pretty bad, but I was watching that and I was enjoying it. Actually, I am gonna put it down here in okay, still in front of all these old Batman movies. Just because Zack Snyder's Justice League is better, but I would rather watch Justice League over all these movies, I think. Next, we have the Lego Batman movie, which I'm actually, controversial opinion. I know it's kind of weird to have Justice League on the tier list and not have the Lego Batman movie. I'm gonna say that this isn't a Batman movie. This is a Batman parody, because this isn't Batman. This is comedic Batman. This is jokes Batman, who's like making jokes. Alfred the Butler. This is with like the weird Rob, not weird, but like the goofy Robin, the Batman. Let me just tear off the reggae Batman stuff. This is a great movie, by the way. Hilarious movie, really fun watch, but it's not Batman. It's a parody of Batman. Next, we have Batman Under the Red Hood, which I am putting and good above Zack Snyder Justice League. I love Batman Under the Red Hood. I think it's simply a great story. I think that the Red Hood is a really cool evolution from Robin to like unknown like menace to the like Jason Todd again. I thought that dynamic between Jason Todd, Batman, and Joker was really good. I really like this movie a lot. I think it's simply a great movie. Even though it's animated, I really think it's good. Next, we have The Dark Knight Rises, which I'm going to be putting right behind Batman Begins, but above the Batman. Like I said, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies are simply phenomenal. Just cinematic masterpieces, all of them. I really, really like The Dark Knight Rises. There's obviously some plot inconsistencies, like most notably, how do you get from a pit to Gotham City in like 24 hours with none of his tech? That's fine. You can ignore some of that stuff. I think Bane's a good villain. I don't like Talia al Ghul. I don't think it was necessary to add her at the end. I think Bane was a good enough villain, but I think she clutched it up enough. I think she was fine. I like Jim Gordon in it. I don't like Robin that much, or what was his name? His name was like some. He was kind of forgettable. But the Robin character, that cop who like always knew that, like, it was weird that he found out that Bruce Wayne was Batman just because I saw it in your eyes. So that was weird. I also thought that throughout the movie he didn't really contribute that much. He was always like getting to the scene a little bit too late. And at the end, they're like, he went to the bank and they're like, oh, I like your name, Robin. It's like, you didn't really need to do that. Like, we got it. He was kind of the Robin of the movie, but I think they played him fine. They could have done a lot worse with him. I'm comfortable with this. I think that's a good spot for it. I think it was a little bit better than the Batman. Finally, we have Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and like I said, controversial picks on this, but I enjoyed Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. I'm putting this in front of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like I said, I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he can play it well. I don't like Superman in any movie just because Superman's boring, lame, because it's just like, why am I gonna watch you when I know you can do everything? Like, it's not even a contest. You are just invulnerable. You can literally shoot lasers from your eyes and like freeze things with your breath, and bullets will not enter your body. Like, that's so dumb. I love the scene at the end where Batman's in the warehouse just absolutely decking criminals. I think that's really cool. I know in a flashback he uses a gun, which I don't like at all. Like, Batman should not use guns, but that wasn't actually in the movie. That was a flashback. So I don't think that counts, really. I liked Lex Luthor. I don't know who the actor is. I can't remember his name. But I thought he was a pretty good Lex Luthor. I haven't seen many other Lex Luthor actors, but I thought he played him pretty well. He was kind of a psychotic maniac who's also kind of like... I thought overall this is a pretty solid movie. I didn't have anything against this movie. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my final Batman tier list. Leave a comment down below saying what you disagree with, because I know you disagree with a lot. And if you like this video, which you obviously did because you watched it this far, you would definitely really like this video. So check it out right now.